Ready to play? Something going on?
If they want an issue, it is what it is. It's always been that. Ready for any attack.
I cannot wait until he's in uniform to play here.
Is there any chance in your mind that maybe enough time has passed that it won't be so bad? It'll be
In Philly? Come on now. I know what's coming.
Welcome to NBA Today. I just love that look. I'm Malika Andrews. I feel like Steve Harvey saying, we've got a good one for you today, folks. Ben Simmons, he is back in Philadelphia. It's been 520 days since he played a game at Wells Fargo Center. And yes, that was the infamous Game 7 against the Hawks in the Eastern Conference semifinals. But tonight, Simmons will take the floor in Philly again in what will certainly be one of the most memorable scenes of the year. And this morning, Ben Simmons spoke to reporters at Shoot-Around.
So excited to play. I'm so excited to play. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. You know, this is going to be an opportunity for me. You know, I've never been in this situation, so, you know, I got to appreciate it and really take it all in. We shared a lot of moments here, a lot of ups and downs. You know, this is where I was, you know, I became a man, I feel like. So, you know, I've always, you know, had a lot of respect for Philly in that way and the fan base. You know, it's a special fan base, but I got a lot of love for Philly.
Is it anticlimactic at all for you not to be playing against Joel or Tyrese or James or any of those guys?
I mean, the fans will make up for it, I think.
All right, let's digest all of that. Richard Jefferson, Chiney Ogwumike, Vince Carter, Zach Lowe joining us. Richard, there are so many layers to this return for Ben Simmons in Philadelphia. But on the court, what are your expectations here?
Well, hopefully he can continue building off of what he's done the last couple of days. That's what's been so exciting. And we've talked so much. And yes, there was so much attention on him, the way he finished the one season, didn't play last year. But within those two things, there was a year of basketball miss and a back surgery. People are like, oh, his back is hurting. He had back surgery. Like, you don't go under the knife unless you have to. Every athlete will tell you that. So the fact that it's taken him, you know, a couple of weeks, a couple of months to kind of get into this rhythm, that shouldn't be surprising. He's got to feel the strength. He's got to feel the endurance. And so I'm glad to see him making progressions, and I just hope people continue to be patient because I don't know if he'll be as consistent as they would like.
Zach, for you have been one who has said, I'm not going to get pulled back in. I'm not going to get sucked back into what the Nets are preaching. And yet, over the last couple of games, we've started to see what the full complement of the Brooklyn Nets could possibly look like. Are you back in?
No, I'm not going to be back in for a while. Okay. But look, to your point, this is the team. Let's see the team. Ben Simmons has had a great last 3 games. Kyrie's back. Joe Harris is starting to look like Joe Harris again. Seth Curry's starting to look like Seth Curry again. This is the team. No more nonsense. No more complaining. No more absences. No more anything. If you look at the Nets' schedule, their next 15 games, with the exception of a game against Boston, who's obviously a juggernaut, are all against teams that are either their peers, teams that they probably think they should beat at full strength, or bottom feeders. So come out in the next 20 games, play without any nonsense, without any absences, and show us over 20 games, not one game, not 1 week, the next 15 or 20 games, that you are ready to be the team we've heard so much talk about for 4 years. Now is the time. Everything's in place. Maybe tonight for Ben Simmons becomes a turning point that we look back on.
So it all starts tonight. Just to be very clear, Zach, your expectations for Ben Simmons tonight are?
To play pretty well. I mean, look, it's going to be a tough environment. I have no idea what that feels like. I have no idea what he's been dealing with for the last year and a half. I'm not expecting him to come out and score 30 or 25, but just play like he has the last 3 games. Go to the rim when you should.
Right.
Get fouled when you should. Spray the passes out when you should. You do that, the rest will take care of itself. Dribble handoff to Kyrie and KD. You do that stuff, everything's fine.
So you've hit on it now. Richard's hit on it, what he's been able to do these last 3 games. Chiney, what exactly is that he can carry into tonight's game specifically?
Should I just show you?
Yes,
because
ma'am,
one of my
please do.
favorite toys right here is the telestration.
Oh,
and
okay.
one thing we know about Ben Simmons is averaging 16 points and 9 rebounds over the last 3 games.
Ooh.
But that's not the most impressive aspect. I'll tell you more on that in just a second. But let's start with how he really flipped the switch and has gone back to attack mode. Look at this stark difference. Richard, you know numbers from Arizona. What is this?
That's 85%.
He is shooting 85% from the field over these last 3 games. 16 and 9 is cute, but that's the real story right here. His percentage from the field has been his best so far. And those layups that he was missing, now he's making them. And I'll show you exactly how he's making them because he's flipped the switch. So as we go right here, this was a month ago, all right?
That's a carry.
Ben Simmons, first of all, calm down, Richard. Ben Simmons he's a slasher. He's gonna always look for space, right? Even here, if you see right here, he's ambidextrous. He should be able to use his right hand to attack the rim. You'll even see Steven Adams shade out because he's worried about 3 seconds, but instead, this is a month ago. He's not even looking at the rim. He's dancing around, and what does that lead to? That leads to a turnover. Uh-oh. All right, let's go back to Sunday because, again, I said he has completely flipped the switch. What I like about this possession right here, as it slowly goes, is that he's flipped it completely with his mindset. If you see him and his vision, he knows he wants to go down court, downhill. You'll even see him gesture really quick, like, hey, give me a screen, give me a screen. Nope, turn on the jets. Against Steven Adams again, initiate contact. My favorite saying, and one, son. And one, son. All right, what did we see before? This was probably the most controversial play that we saw that was like, Ben, we need you to be aggressive. If you see right here, Ben, he's ahead of the pack. How many of his teammates are behind him? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a fast break. Kai calls for the ball, he pushes it, and he does his job. He draws 2. Ben normally should be able to take this dish and go straight to the rim. But instead, as the play progresses, we all saw this because what happened, y'all? He kicked it out. And what was the response that we saw right here? He was like, bro, shoot the layup.
Yeah, but he had KD wide open. I'm
guess
picking
what?
that.
Guess
That's what Draymond picks.
KD did bail him out.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.